Now it was the governor's custom at the festival to release a prisoner chosen by the crowd. At that time, they had a well-known prisoner whose name was Jesus Barabbas. So when the crowd had gathered, Pilate asked them, "Which one do you want me to release to you? Jesus Barabbas or Jesus who is called the Messiah?" For he knew it was out of self-interest that they had handed Jesus over to him. While Pilate was sitting on the judge's seat, his wife sent him this message: "Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, for I have suffered a great deal today in a dream because of him." But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask Barabbas and to have Jesus executed. "Which of the two do you want me to release to you?" asked the governor. "Barabbas," they shouted. "What shall I do then with Jesus who is called the Messiah?" Pilate asked. They all answered, "Crucify him." "Why? What crime has he committed?" asked Pilate. But they shouted all the louder, "Crucify him." When Pilate saw that he was getting nowhere, but that instead an uproar was starting, he took water and washed his hands in front of the crowd. "I am innocent of this man's blood," he said. "It is your responsibility." All the people answered, "His blood is on us and on our children." Then he released Barabbas to them, but he had Jesus flogged and handed over to be crucified.
When Christ carried his cross, he had to carry his own cross through there. Nobody's going to carry it for him.
And they whipped him while he was carrying it.
Yeah.
People spit at him, cursed at him, and if he fell, they made him get back up by whipping him. Until one man, Simon, they called him to help him carry the cross for a little while. So they made him carry the cross halfway for Jesus, because he kept falling. He was so frail and hurt, you know. And this is where it all happened.
I got the words, I just don't know the song really well. But I can't even stop crying. If I start to singing, it's so emotional.
There used to be a few original songs around the corner, but they're taken away. I don't know why. This is the sixth station, and it stands for the story of Veronica. Veronica, who would wipe Jesus' face, and a print of the face would be shown on the cloth. Now, that's not the story of the scripture, but it's the understanding of the story is interesting, because what it is about, it's about the print of Jesus on the cloth. Now, the Latin word of Veronica is indicated, right? Because in Latin, Veronica means ver, see, icon, the image. See, the image of who? Of Christ. It's a sixth station. So again, what you should visualize is again sorrows after Jesus was condemned to carry the cross. He had to carry it by himself all the way up, and those crosses were very heavy. This is where people would be crucified. Not only Jesus, it was a place where the Romans crucified people, because it was already outside the compound of Jerusalem.